Good afternoon, friends. Today I will explain the very important article which published in the Hindu newspaper on the 14th July 2026. So this article is related to the India's nuclear power program. So the writer is given some facts about the India's nuclear reactor program, such like we will go from the starting. We saw in 1974 India tested its first nuclear power test in the Pokhran, that was called Pokhran 1. Because of that testing, most of the Western countries sanctioned India by restricting its supply of the uranium, and some type of trade sanctions was also applied for on India. So that was the very big incident. But after that, India has worked on it and started developing its nuclear program. So after that, we have been able to develop our own nuclear capacity, such as we see currently we have reached target of 700 megawatt power reactor plants, which we are which are in operation now. So before that, 700 megawatt nuclear power plants program, there were some small plants were there, like around first was 200 megawatt, the second one was 540 something that. So that was the second, and now we reach the 700 megawatt power plant. This is very critical step in terms of future energy security. So that was very best milestone achieved by the India. And if you see, currently India is in the implementation of the fast breeder technology, which is also very useful for India's energy security. From that fast breeder technology, our Indian government and our agencies like nuclear organizations, so that are in proposal to be like, it is in a working it will be working between some years, so that can create more opportunity. Like fast breeder technology will be in operation, then it can create more importance of India's energy security. Through that fast breeder technology, we will be able to produce more energy for the India's overall demand. So the fast breeder technology, we uses the thorium mineral, which is very essential for the fast breeder technology. And if we talk about statistics, India has the largest amount of thorium reserves around beside the coastal areas, coastal states such as Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha. So India has the largest reserves of the thorium reserves that can create more self-reliance on India's nuclear power program. Talking about the another reactors what we are currently using, which are in operation now. So first is PHWR. PHWR means pressurized heavy water reactor, which are use the natural uranium. So uranium is not much present in the India, so largely we depend on the other nations for importing the uranium for running that plants as a fuel. Uranium works as a fuel. So for that we are using the PHWR reactors first. It works under the uh, natural uranium which we are importing from the western nations. So and the second power plant we are in operationalize in the India are like light water reactor, LWR, which we call. This power plant, this reactors works on the enriched uranium. So that is why it is very essential, like enriched uraniums we are also importing from the other nations, and most of the countries are not willing to give that uranium to India. So that's a very big thing to India's security, India's energy supply. Talking about the that was the whole reactors which we are operationalized. And talking about the nuclear energy importance for India, like we are producing reactors in very less amount as compared to other nations. So the writer is saying that we can import that reactors to the other nations, and we can also get more income from importing that reactors, because we produces nuclear reactors in very less amount as compared to the other nations. So that can also beneficial and potential opportunity for India to become a import country to the other nations. So that is very important thing described in this article. And lastly, the writer is saying that like we are not able to produce light water reactors which we are importing from the other nations. So that can be like light water reactors which we are using that are mainly imported from the other western nations. So that are not scientifically very beneficial. So India should use our own reactors technology for the development of this using of these light water reactors. So that is what title is described in this article. Very important thing was described. That was the whole summary of the India's nuclear program which is ongoing in the country. So that was the very important article, and alongside there are also some suggestions suggested by the writer, was that India should be given chance or opportunities to the private companies to collaborate with the government authorities which we are producing the nuclear energy. So that collaboration will create competitiveness, and it will also results into the new technology will be developed, and India will be able to make its energy its own by its own technology without depending on the other nations. So that was the very important article which discussed in the today's Hindu newspaper. So going to conclude this article, we can say that India is going to path towards a developed nation by 2047, and its targets achieved by 100 gigawatt. So that target will be achieved by the improvising the new technology, by developing its own technology without depending on other nations, reducing the import. So India should be focused more on its self-reliance technology by collaborating with the private companies and with collaboration of the government authorities. So that can create more competitiveness, will ultimately will be easy for to India's nuclear energy dependency. Thank you.